Greetings, Jah people. Where are we in the book of Revelation? The Revelation to St. John is the last biblical book of the New Testament. It is the only book of the New Testament classified as apocalyptic literature. Apocalyptic literature, literally genre that foretells supernaturally inspired cataclysmic events that will transpire at the end of the world. The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave to him to show to his servants the things that must soon take place. He made it known by sending his angel to a servant, John, who bore witness to the word of God and to the testimony of Jesus Christ, even to all that he saw. Blessed is the one who reads aloud the words of this prophecy, and blessed are those who hear and who keep what is written in it, for the time is near. To find out where we are now in the last days and the book of Revelation, we need to be able to identify some recent historical events that 100% line up with the prophecy events mentioned in the book of Revelation. For I and Ras Tafari people, we have a recent historical event that fulfills prophecy in the book of Revelation. Ras Tafari was anointed and crowned Emperor of Ethiopia on the 2nd of November 1930 and given the title the Conquering Lion of the Tribe of Judah, His Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie I, Might of the Trinity, King of Kings, Lord of Lords, Elect of God. He appears in the book of Revelation in chapter 5 verse 5. And one of the elders said to me, Weep no more. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, has conquered, so that he can open the scroll and its 7 seals. And between the throne and the 4 living creatures, and among the elders, I saw a lamb standing as though it had been slain, with 7 horns, and with 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of God sent out into all the earth. And he went and took the scroll from the right hand of him who was seated on the throne. So if John saw the Lamb, Yeshua Messiah, or Jesus Christ, that was slain, take the scroll from him who was seated on the throne, Haile Selassie I, the Lion, the tribe of Judah, root of David. We now have a reference point of time to start with. Haile Selassie I wasn't seated on the throne of David as the Lion of Judah until 1930. In Revelation chapter 6, 6 of the 7 seals are broken. Now I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard one of the 4 living creatures saying with a voice like thunder, Come and see. And I looked, and behold, a white horse. He who sat on it had a bow, and a crown was given to him. And he went out conquering and to conquer. Benito Mussolini invaded Ethiopia in 1935. He was often depicted riding a white horse. When he opened the 2nd seal, I heard the 2nd living creature saying, Come and see. Another horse, fiery red, went out, and it was granted to the one who sat on it to take peace from the earth, and that the people should kill one another, and there was given to him a great sword. September the 1st, 1939, Hitler's Germany invades Poland, initiating World War II. World War means taking peace from the earth, therefore Hitler fulfilled this prophecy. When he broke the 3rd seal, I heard the 3rd living creature saying, Come. I looked, and behold, a black horse, and he who sat on it had a pair of scales in his hand. What does a black horse signify in the Bible? The 3rd horseman rides a black horse, and it's popularly understood to be famine, as the horseman carries a pair of balances or weighing scales, indicating the way that the bread would have been weighed during a famine. A widespread famine affected Ethiopia from 1983 to 1985, the worst famine to hit the country in a century. It affected 7.75 million people out of Ethiopia's 38 to 40 million, or one-fifth of the population, and left approximately 300,000 to 1.2 million dead. When the Lamb opened the fourth seal, I heard a voice of the fourth living creature say, "Come." I looked, and there before me was a pale horse. Its rider was named Death, and Hades was following close behind him. They were given power over a fourth of the earth, to kill by sword, famine, and plague, and by the wild beasts of the earth. So that concludes the four horses. Are we at the fourth horse now, with the worldwide coronavirus outbreak and wars and rumours of wars? Okay, so here's what we know from Ras Tafari point of view. Yeah, the Lion of Judah, Haile Selassie, sat on the throne in 1930. So these things in Revelations must have took place after. So what took place after? In 1935, Ethiopia was invaded. It just so happens that Mussolini is represented as sitting on a white horse. Yeah. In 1939, Hitler took peace from the world. This is what it says in Revelation 6:3. And it just so happens that Hitler is represented as sitting on a red horse with a sword. And moving on to the black horse, which is commonly known as representing famine. Now, everybody knows about Ethiopia and the famine that took place. 1983 to 1985 was the worst famine to hit in a whole century. And then we reached the fourth horse, the pale horse, of which I believe is where we are around now. And this is what led me to look into to do this video, is when the coronavirus outbreak affected the whole earth. I knew that this would be mentioned in the Bible, because it's such a thing affecting everybody on the whole planet. So if this coronavirus pestilence was in the fourth seal, and that was in 2021, we are now in 2025. We could have passed into the next seal, which is the fifth seal. We know that we're not at the sixth seal, because when he opens the sixth seal, there is terrible cosmic events that will affect the whole planet. The fifth seal, the cry of the martyrs. When he opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the souls of those who had been slain for the word of God and for the testimony of which they held. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, "How long, O Lord, holy and true, until you judge and avenge our blood on those who dwell on the earth?" Then a white robe was given to each of them, and it was said to them that they should rest a little while longer, until both the number of their fellow servants and their brethren who would be killed as they were was completed. Now in 2025 we could be entering the fifth seal, as the worldwide Christian persecution and murder is getting worse. Here are just but a few search results right now in 2025. There's a huge increase of Christians being killed for their faith, martyred all over the world right now. Revelation 6:12. I watched as he opened the sixth seal. There was a great earthquake. The sun turned black like sackcloth made of goat hair. The whole moon turned blood red, and the stars in the sky fell to earth, as figs drop from a fig tree when shaken by a strong wind. The heavens receded like a scroll being rolled up, and every mountain and island was removed from its place. Therefore we can 100% say that we have not yet reached the sixth seal of Revelation. In my next video we will look into what happens next in the book of Revelation, and I also have a warning about a future judgment about to hit the earth very soon. Rasta